Sunshine, wild ones, it's Bernadette. I'm here with your pick a card reading for Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. So the Four of Cups has come inverted, and in the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, that is the frog. And so, you know, this being Tuesday, your sacral chakra being part of this, and you know, today is ruled by the planet Jupiter, right? And so it seems like a Mars. It seems like a go aggressive day, and it is, but not in the way that would traditionally come. So usually it would be like, you know, this is a very meditative card, and when it's reversed or inverted, that can be about, are you sitting too long? Are you taking too long to make your decision? Are you kind of growing stagnant? But it is, you know, it's really important that you also know that this is a time where you might feel super uninspired. You might feel, you know, you just want to say yes to a lot of different things, but that's really not for you. You should sit with them for a while more. For some reason today, you know, and frogs are like tremendous shamanic, you know, one of the most, I guess, powerful, you could say, shamanic animals. Everybody that I've ever talked to that runs around in the shamanic circles is, you know, frogs and eagles and lions and, you know, cougars and panthers. And there's a certain subset of animals that are popular or taught within the shamanic practices. So that's cool. But remember, some months ago, we did the connect the dots. Well, this is connect the warts. And this is all about you discovering new ways for you to think about frog, because when you do, the message is going to be super targeted for you. Now, the reading so far, you know, I really haven't had anybody write and say, you know, maybe once or twice they're just like, oh, this doesn't resonate with me at the moment. Okay. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to unfold. But for this, you're being called, and frogs are being the testing ground for this, that as it's inverted, it's asking you not to go, when you're taking a look at your past, which is what the Four of Cups, you know, in the traditional tarot card meanings for Rider Waite, it is about looking at the past, the present, and the future. But when it's inverted, you can stay too long in the past. And so frog is asking you, and the Four of Cups archetype is asking you to take a look at maybe more modern or current sayings about frogs, like kissing a frog, leapfrog, you know, eating flies, the sound that they make, you know, ribbit, ribbit, you know, and even their warts. And then to take a look at truly famous frogs. You know, what's the biggest frog ever photographed or seen? What's the tiniest frog that's ever been photographed or seen? What's a frog that you really resonate with? Like, there's a frog in Alaska, fascinates me. They're itty bitty, but they literally freeze. During winter, they are a frozen block of ice. No joke. But the way their system is designed, they thaw out come the spring, and then they hop on about their little merry way. I just think that's the most fascinating thing ever. And certainly a call, you know, a lot of people would think that it's, I don't even know why I said that, sweeping with a wide paintbrush, right? Or painting with a broad stroke. I can't quantify that. A lot of people. My suspicion is it would be more than not, would immediately equate that with, I've got to stay where I'm at. Don't make a move, stay frozen in place for a little while. And that's fine. But the animal allies will tell you that could even be more specific, because now you'll want to incorporate the elements. Well, it's frozen in ice. That's the water element. So if I were doing a reading, chances are it would probably come through something like, you know, yeah, it's time to stay still, but it's time to keep your emotions really, really still. Don't allow yourself to sway one way or the other, upside down. This is a time for absolute, complete stillness. And maybe even for you to be like the Ice Queen or the Ice King, where you're just like, you can't get to me. No how, no way. That's not going to get to me. No how, no way. I won't allow it. So Then you talk about like Kermit the Frog. No joke. I am absolutely not kidding. If you have children and there's a book that they love, a kid's book that has, a frog as the central character, even one of the supporting characters that you identify with. But it's about it's about diversity. It's about, there are so many different types of frogs, and so now it could be a poison dart frog. Those things are deadly, right? It could be, people. I actually personally know a number of people that are scared to death of jumping tree frogs because they're unpredictable. I'm like, well, all of them are unpredictable. Yeah, but not the ones that land on your face when you walk in your door in Florida, during the summer. I get that. For me, everywhere I've lived since I moved back from California to Florida, my Lord, there's been water around, and the deafening cacophony of sounds that come when it's rainy season and the frogs are going, you can't hear yourself think. Even in back of where I live now, there's a little creek that runs back there, and Lordy. So all of that in mind, I don't think this has ever come out before in the daily readings, but you're being asked to just take a little, not forever, don't perseverate on it, but take a little bit of time and research, sayings about frogs, quotes about frogs, songs about frogs, anything like that, because, even Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Okay, was a good friend of mine. Maybe that will lead you to someone who's passed over that had a band that liked to sing it, or just a family, like your great family times can be traced to that time, There's so many different things that it can be. This is not a test. Okay, this is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. It is not a test. It's like a well, a jumping off point, if you will, of asking spirit, the animal guides, to put you in connection with, and then to go in deeper relationship with the frog that speaks to you, and the symbolism of the frog that speaks to you. Even just thinking now, I'm thinking of the story, The Frog of Calaveras County, which I think was Samuel Clemens. I think it was Mark Twain. Don't quote me, but I think. So we're even talking about literature, not just kids' books, not just this, not just that. But think about it, because at the end of the day, there's something, I think, really awakening in you all. Now, it would make sense that you wouldn't follow my channel if you weren't totally into nature, right? But that desire is becoming bigger and bigger and more, and no joke. So that was a lot. Thank you for listening. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I thank you all so very much. And my greatest hope for you, as always, is to stay wild.